of General. Historians have not been able to conclusively prove or disprove this legend. So many people have come out since then and said, "Nah, that's just a false thing. Somebody made it up." With the entrance of new states into the United States after independence, new stripes and stars were added to represent new additions to the Union. In 1818, however, Congress enacted a law stipulating that the 13 original stripes be restored and that only stars be added to represent new states. On June 14th, 1877, 100 years later, the first Flag Day observance was held on the 100th anniversary of the adoption of the Stars and Stripes. As instructed by Congress, the U.S. flag was flown from all public buildings across the entire country. Did not make any notice that that was just for today. Several states continued to observe the anniversary. In 1949, Congress finally officially designated June 14 as Flag Day, a national day of observance. So there's a little history. So, sometimes I even pick up things there that I had forgotten about.
Yes. That song, though, is a Grand Ole Flag.
It's a Grand Ole Flag.
I think we all learned that in middle school, didn't we, Kelly?
Elementary,
middle.
Forgot it. And then when my daughter was born and became into Barney, they sang that a lot. So I relearned it through Barney.
Well, I was never in middle school, number one.
It was always
I was in junior high. I was junior high, too.
And I only had 1 year of junior high.
I had 7th, 8th, and 9th. Even though 9th was technically high school, it was housed at the junior high building.
Well,
same with me.
In the beginning, it was for me. It was 1 through 8 in elementary school.
Oh.
But after I got out of the 7th grade, they said the 8th grade was going to become junior high.
Oh, so
it was going to be
days.
Yeah, it was. But I got to go through the 8th grade only in 1 year in junior high. The next year it was high.
I went to North. It's still hard for me to say middle school
I don't even
as
know what that
opposed
is.
to junior high.
Well, I guess going on, but there wasn't much going on.
Big
Yesterday.
nothing.
So
There's a lot of hookups in the morning.
about a dozen of them.
A lot of releases and
Weather was kind of
pull-ups.
challenging yesterday. Not as many boats for fishing either.
No.
Most of the boats have that as a lay day.
Yes.
They not fish 4 of the 6 days. And yesterday was a good day to take off.
Yeah.
Tomorrow gonna be gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to shoot out.
Last day. Watch out.
It
Everybody's
is
gonna be fighting out there. on the
Going to
water.
be a shootout. Tomorrow's going to be an exciting day.
It
So I
will be.
urge if you can't get down there to follow it on their Facebook page because they'll go live anytime there's any weighing
Yep.
or any other news. And then they post all through the day any catches, any boat, in any marlin that have been boated.
Coming up this morning, we got a big event here for a bunch of hams. So we're going to ham it up this morning about
Ham it up.
7:30, 20 minutes. One of my fellow hams is going to be here with us. And interesting thing, it's hams. We know each other by call letters and by first names. Matters not if I'm 90 years old and there's a 15-year-old kid talking. It's known by the first name. That's just the way things are. We had one exception, a guy that I can remember back when he was operating out of New Bern. His name was Al Parker. He was in his upper 70s, about my age, when I first started working him in the early 60s. But he adopted the moniker Uncle Al. So we
Uncle?
could all get away with calling him our uncle. So it worked out pretty well. And it was a good time. Anyway, Chris Harkness is going to be in here. We'll talk about this event coming up next weekend, of which all y'all are invited to come by, stop by, and take a look-see at something called the American Radio League Field Day event. It's been going on since 1933, every year. And gets a bunch of hams an opportunity to get out there, go out into a field somewhere or into somewhere other than their base stations at home, and set up portable antennas and set up transmitters and get out there and just talk their ears off for 24 hours.
I'm definitely coming by.
Yeah.
I want to see the
They
operation.
might throw you in front of a microphone.
Hey. Not like I've never done it before.
Yeah.
But
But anyway, it'll be a fun time for a lot of folks. A lot of dignitaries are going to be out there this year. A
Nice.
number are going to stop by and agree to it. So see how things are going, and we'll talk more about that at
I used to-
7:30.
We've been talking about it, and though I wasn't in ham radio, I was back in the day CBs, and I had a huge base station. Used to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah, illegally.
It was. You don't know that?
I do know that.
Did you go out there and capture my waves?
No, but I already heard you talk about it.
Yeah. I might have had a booster box on it.
Those are called illegal linear amplifiers. That's what they are.
How would
Anyway.
that?
Yeah, you know what we used to call CB?
What's that?
Chicken band.
Chicken band.
Chicken band.
Chicken band. Chicken band. I told you my very first car was a little yellow Pinto, little cans, and I had a huge whip antenna, and they called me Little Pony.
Did
That was way back in my
Yeah,
younger
so
days,
your-
much younger
Your
days.
102-inch whip antenna was the ponytail, right?
Yes, that was the tail
Yeah.
of the pony, the Pinto.
All right, some serious news.
Yeah.
Finally, a federal jury in Alexandria convicted a Nigerian national for operating a business email compromise scheme targeting victims in the United States of America and elsewhere. According to court documents and evidence presented at the trial, I'll go with this one. Ibuka Raphael Umedi, he's 35, which were made to appear as though they originated from trusted senders like your bank or some other vendor. This phishing attack allowed the co-conspirators to gain unauthorized access to victim computer systems and email accounts, including by infecting victim computers with malicious software, also known as malware, that provided the co-conspirators remote access. And they set it up to have the people in Nigeria remote access, making it more difficult to track their butts down. The co-conspirators then exploited that access to obtain sensitive information, which they used to deceive individuals at victim companies into executing wire transfers to accounts specified by the co-conspirators. As a result of this scheme, the co-conspirators caused or attempted to cause more than $1.5 million of loss to victims. They don't have any idea how much they lost. Most of those companies don't even know that they're missing a little bit of money here and there. And it all adds up, a penny a day, doubled every day, amounts up to a whole lot of money very soon. That's
Sure
only
does.
one time, one group. Federal agents acknowledge that there are hundreds, if not thousands or tens of thousands of others doing the same thing. Do not trust anyone, even if it appears to be your bank. If they are asking you for your information online or by telephone, they have your information if they're legit. They don't need to ask you for it. If they are asking you, they are frauds.
Well, talking about that yesterday, I got 2 more texts. One of them was click here for your $500 Lowe's gift
God.
certificate
Yeah, don't do
that
that.
you won.
You
No,
didn't
don't
win
do
anything.
that. And then I had another one. I deleted them right away and blocked them. But the other one was about access to my phone that some kind of warning that my phone has been accessed. And I was
Yep,
like,
sure.
well, I have virus protection on my phone also.
Mm.
So the same one I use for my computer, you can also download it on your phone.
But at the same time, I was looking at this story from the Department of Justice yesterday. In my emails pops up this thing, urgent, $2,732 awaiting collection, expires soon. I open it. It's okay. Just open it. You're not going to click on anything. It says final 2024 stimulus confirmation. Do you know that there's stimulus confirmation? Here's where it gets funny. Attention. And then they forgot to put in a name there. They put in parentheses name. In other words, kind of like Biden does with the his prompter stuff. Attention, name. Your eligibility for the 2024 stimulus amounting to $2,732 has been confirmed. This serves as the final reminder for all beneficiaries within your area. Immediate action is required to claim yours by tomorrow. I don't even know when tomorrow is. Failure to act before the stipulated deadline will result in the forfeiture of your stimulus. This requires your immediate attention and must be collected by tomorrow. Click here. Click here, receive your 2732 stimulus before time runs out. They claim their address is in Valley Cottage, New York.
I got another call from Publishers Clearinghouse too.
Oh, good.
Did you win?
Where's the money?
I had I might still have it on my phone, the voice message they left before that I won. But this is from a voice that does not speak English very
Nice.
well. And I'm
Okay.
like, they called again the other day and I was like,
So it's not.
What are they wanting? Your bank account number or?
I don't even let them get that far.
Here's
I
what they
hang up
do.
on them.
Here's the scam. And I wanted to play with them one time. So I went over and set up a separate bank account
Okay.
at my bank.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was advertising at the time for photography,
Mhm.
right? And they said, we would like to contract you to handle this upcoming wedding, but we want to send you the money for what your fees are, plus another
Yeah.
$5,000 or whatever for
Mhm.
you to
Yeah.
pay the other vendors. I said, okay, send it to me.
Yeah.
So they send me a check, a
Mhm.
real honest to goodness check in the mail. I checked the company that was on the check.
Uh-huh.
Legitimate company down in Texas. Okay. I called the company down in Texas. Well, sounds like one of our checks, but I don't know that that's what we did. I mean, it was a big company.
Right.
So $8,000, $9,000 or whatever it was didn't matter to them. It didn't raise any red flags to them. And I said, so, okay. So I called the bank and it says, yes, that company is a legitimate company. And okay. Yes, that check should clear, no problem. Okay. So I took the check over to my bank. I deposited it into my account. And then I get a notice back. That check bounced all over everywhere. That was a fake card number, a bank account number.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Funny.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Hey, before we go any further, Kelly and I want to thank a special listener for the beautiful plums that he brought to
Yeah,
us.
well,
Heck yeah.
we're happy around here.
You're so
are.
plum. I'm gonna make some plum jelly. It won't be much, but hey.
You don't
But
need
thank you,
much.
Curtis. They're beautiful.
Yeah, Curtis stopped by last night and
Absolutely
stopped by next door
beautiful.
because he didn't know exactly where we lived, but he knew where my daughter and son-in-law lived. So he stopped by there and I get a call and I ran out there.
Yeah, beautiful.
He
I
said,
can't wait to bite into one.
Take these and share them with the girls.
Yes, thank you, Curtis.
Yeah. All right. The daily severe weather tip is brought to you by John Starrs Electric, Jacksonville's premier Generac generator dealer. We hear about safe rooms or storm shelters when severe weather is discussed. FEMA, they've got guidelines that they're offering you, specs if you're actually planning to construct such a shelter. Most of those are relatively sophisticated. You can do as sophisticated as you want. As we've seen this spring, major tornado outbreaks can happen anywhere, including North Carolina. In the event of a tornado, one that is confirmed on the ground by the National Weather Service, the first thing you'll hear is a warning to take shelter immediately. You'll hear that over your NOAA weather radio. But what if you don't have a storm shelter? And the NOAA alert is broadcast about severe thunderstorms that can produce tornadoes, strong winds, severe lightning, heavy rains, and hail. Where can we go? The National Weather Service suggests some do's and some don'ts. If a full-fledged storm shelter is not available, seek shelter in a strong structure that has an attached floor. Go to the center of that structure, making sure you are not near any windows or doors. If there happen to be any mattresses available, air mattresses or whatever, pull them over the top of you and your family and lie on the floor. If you're in a mobile home, a camper, or a motor vehicle, you'll need to find a sturdy shelter, and those what you're in are not. Open structures such as auditoriums, shopping malls, and the like are not desirable. Sometimes you don't have any choice. When a storm is predicted, it can hit within a couple minutes. If they say take shelter immediately, that means it's on the ground and coming your way. On your regular trips around town, make a habit of looking around and asking yourself, what if I get a warning right now that a tornado is likely to hit in the next few minutes? What buildings fit the description of the best place I can find? Look around you. Take a look-see. You find a big old concrete building, okay, and you know it's attached to the building is attached to the floor, the concrete floor, or whatever the set. Yeah, that's a good place to be. It's a lot like the warning to always be aware of your surroundings. We should be that all the time. Add this little weather alert to being aware of your surrounding. Is this safe refuge just in case? There will be times, whether it's a hurricane event, a tornado that knocks out power in a wide area, or a wreck that takes out an entire substation, being without electricity is more than just a nuisance. It can interrupt our daily lives more than ever these days, as so much of what we do depends on electricity. There are those major problems when medical equipment is running on electricity at your home. Oxygen generating equipment being one of them. It's about time to seriously bite the bullet and power up your life with a Generac generator from John Stars Electric. The team will work with you in advance to decide on a system that will handle your immediate needs to get you through short-term outages. If you need something more sophisticated, John Stars Electric is here for you. From the very beginning until you're fully comfortable with the system, it's all turnkey and worry-free. John Stars Electric handles permitting and all communications with your electric provider. Call for an appointment today. I did that a year ago, and the peace of mind is worth and the price. 910-989-1908. John Stars Electric, they'll take care of you. We'll be right back with your weather outlook. Don't go too far from your radio.
Stay tuned. Later this morning at 9 a.m. on Sports Talk, our guest will be the Jacksonville Cardinals women's soccer team, the 2024 3A state champs. Coach Amanda Coach and a couple of coaches and a couple of players in the studio. We'll see you later this morning at 9 a.m. on Sports Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
A plan every adult family member should consider helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's free funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of what's possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family.
In Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Looking for a job? Part-time? Il Chino Italian Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Chino Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 North Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morgan City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morgan City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
It's live and local. Real talk on Free 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
And a marine forecast sponsored by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. Anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide. If you're having episodes more and more often, this is probably a good time to reach out for some help. Holidays, stress of planning a vacation, the stress of trying to make your kids have something safe to keep them busy during the summer. Yeah, they're not in school. You don't want them getting into trouble. And they need to continue doing what they did during the school year with some supervision at least. Along with the worries, there's that nagging issue of money. Vacations are expensive, even more so these days, with the inflated prices of food, expensive gasoline, motel rooms going for more than ever. Perfect opportunities for depression to take hold. You're lucky around here. Community Prevention Services in Jacksonville has a staff of counselors that can help with many of the issues that face us every day. There's no reason to continue suffering. Help is just a phone call away. 910-353-0972, conveniently located at 918 Henderson Drive, totally confidential. They don't go out and run their mouths about anything. Is that right, Kelly?
Right.
Yeah. How many counselors do you have there?
2 so far, about to be a third.
Oh, cool. Getting more.
Mm-hmm.
You also accept most insurance plans.
Absolutely.
There is no reason not to seek help if you're having some issues or you think you may be having some issues. Offshore out to 20 nautical miles. Northeasterly winds today, 10 to 15 knots, gusts to 20, seas 3 to 5, 4-foot waves from the south every 7 seconds. Further offshore towards the Big Rock playing grounds may be a little challenging for the smaller boats entering this year. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop, that's okay. Saturday, tomorrow, picture perfect for the final day of the 66th annual Big Rock Blue Marlin. Westerly winds only 10 to 15, becoming northeasterly in the afternoon seas. After 20 nautical miles, 2 to 4 feet. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop should be perfect for any of the boats in the Blue Rock, including those down there. Got one down there, 25 footers. Kind of 25 footer makes that 80 some footer. Big, doesn't it? Westerly winds tomorrow, 10 to 15 knots. So that's going to be really nice. Sunday, a calm day after the prize money has been delivered from the Big Rock. Northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4, about 2 feet near shore. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop.
Today, sunny, high of 92. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 69. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 94. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 64. Sunday, sunny, high of 90. And then Monday, sunny, high of 90.
You know, I was thinking about it this morning. Maybe if Father's Day coming up, if maybe you folks are about in your 20s and you're thinking about, what can I get Daddy? Don't get him anything except a card right now. But stash some money into an interest-bearing account from now until he's 65 and wants to retire, and buy him the boat of his dreams. How about that for a plan?
That's nice.
Yeah. Candy, did you do that? That's my lawyer. I've already got 2 boats. I don't need any more boats. He's going to be hollering things like CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day, CQ Field Day. This is NC4OC, right?
That's right.
Yeah. We got Chris in the studio. We use first names only for the most part in ham radio, but for today, his name is Chris Harkness.
Yep, that's right. Harkness with an E.
And we're doing better as KQ4PMQ.
KQ4PMQ.
That's my call sign.
There you go. Chris, a lot of hams out there. They'll come up with something. Of course, we know that phonetically we're supposed to use the normal standard phonetic, so other people will know what the Sam Hill we're talking about when we pop them out there. But some people come out to use from time to time something vanity, perhaps, or something funny. Have you come up? You're relatively new in the ham business, right?
Yeah, so I only got my technician's license last March, so I've only had it for
Cool.
a couple months now.
So have you thought about PMQ? What should it be?
Well, I've been toying around to see, like, let it roll off the tongue to see how fast I can get it, or just figuring out the cadence. I haven't come up with like a quick wit or anything like that yet.
Q thing is kind of
It's a tongue twister.
Yes, it is.
Trying to say that 5 times fast. KQ4PMQ, KQ4PMQ.
I got you. Mine is WA for HMR, Hotel Mike Romeo. But way back when, somebody else gave me His Majesty's Radio.
Ooh.
That's what they call me.
His Majesty's Radio.
His Majesty's Radio. Oh, yeah. Went to my head very quickly. Had to change hats. But coming up here, you're leading the charge for the Onslow Amateur Radio Club for an annual event been going on since 1933. ARRL, American Radio Relay League. It's kind of like the NRA for gun people. It's the go-to organization. It's American Radio Relay League, but it's worldwide. There are people everywhere.
Oh, yes.
They know what it is about. And this thing called Field Day, this annual event, it's a lot of fun, but there's a serious side to it too. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so doing the research and being new to this, my first field day that I did was the Winter Field Day this past January with the Onslow Amateur Radio Club here in Jacksonville, and got to learn what it was about, and essentially what it is for an opportunity for ham radio operators to come out with their radio equipment and all their skill sets and practice. They go from their house or wherever the Radio Shack is at, and then they'll come out to the field and make contacts all over the world. The objective is to be familiar with your equipment, learn how to communicate on the radio, to properly handle formal messages, because ham radio operators can be employed by FEMA or other agencies for such during natural disasters like hurricane season that's currently upon us. So this is a great time for radio operators to come out, but then also the other side, it's a benefit to the community to see who these radio guys are that, and interact with each other and see who are the people that are willing to help each other in time to disaster.
Okay, it's a field day event. Well, some of us call it a contest as well, because the clubs will get together. Individuals can do it from their homes, or they can take it out into their backyards and do it from there too. But it goes down for the last couple of years or so down to a place called Sturgeon City that we're all familiar with here in Jacksonville. And beginning about 10 o'clock or something on that fateful Saturday morning, a week from tomorrow, they start erecting antennas. Nothing is done in advance.
Nope. We'll get out there and set up antennas, run cables, connect up our radios, and then our start time should be 12 o'clock Eastern time.
2 o'clock.
Oh, 2 o'clock.
On the air at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Yep, that's when you can start reaching out to people across the world. On last Winter Field Day, was hearing guys from Nova Scotia. We had Australia one night, and it was pretty impressive just how many people we were communicating.
And to do this with, a lot of guys will be familiar. A lot of you folks will be familiar. Oh, look at that big old tall tower. That must be so-and-so. There's a radio gear. And some people do have 40, 50, 60-foot towers in their backyards and big old massive antennas at the top of it. Looks like a TV antenna from yesteryear on steroids. Steroids. So they'll have those things up there. And but you go out on field day, you see a bunch of wires maybe. You see a few vertical type and just a single pole going up. And you're still able to talk to people.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, what time does this event open for public?
So for the public, will be at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. That's when we'll be on the air. That's when we'll be communicating. So that's probably the best time. And then if you want to catch it early, come see how the guys set up their equipment. And
don't be surprised if you're agile and somebody said, hold his wire.
Oh yeah, if you come out, we might employ you and say, hey, we need some help over here. But it's a lot of fun, and it's really great time just to learn more about how radio frequencies work, how we do this. Even like what we're doing right now is we're using airways to communicate.
And we're using the basic airways here. Of course, we got FM, but we're also on AM, and we maintain that. And for you folks out there that may be listening, would like to see a little bit more, you can go to our Facebook channel or our YouTube channel. We're on both of them simultaneously. Now, this does serve a purpose, and you haven't had the opportunity yet to be in any emergency communications operations, right? When it really hit the fan.
Yeah, fortunately, not yet.
Yeah. Hopefully, you don't get a chance this year, but there's always that opportunity. And this year being one of those years that everybody is saying we're going to have a much greater chance of being hit in the United States this year than in any year in a long time. They said it before, they've lied then. No, it didn't happen. So you never can tell. Weather is a very variable commodity, trying to predict what's going to occur. But we can, the idea of this is they can pack up and move to another location. During an emergency here, when the emergency conditions exist, like a hurricane, there's also one of the club stations. It's owned and operated by the club. It's set up at the Emergency Communications Center. And so that can go active at any time by hams. It can't be just anybody else. The telecommunicators can't do it. Nobody else can do it. They have to be licensed to do it.
Yep.
But they can set up and they can go active there. One of the interesting things too about the club, when the shelters are ordered open, if it looks like it's going to be a possible likely hit, emergency shelters for people in low-lying areas or like the beaches or wherever, people that may live in mobile homes or whatever, they can evacuate to those locations. And every one of those locations will have a team in it from the club. And just in case when the cell phones go down, I've been in a number of hurricanes, cell towers went down. Back in the day, all cell towers did not have generators. They had batteries, and they wore out after about 20 hours.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so they shut down with extended power outages. And then they get jammed up with everybody wanting to talk at the same time. On the ham radio guys, we don't have that issue. We can talk at any time. We also have backup repeaters. Repeater there at the EOC headquarters. I know another one on top of the hospital. Where all the rest of them are here. I know there's one in Swansboro and multiples around the county that the club members can operate on.
And there's also a repeater off of Highway 17 heading out towards New Bern.
Pollocksville area?
Just before Maysville, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's halfway between outside city limits of Jacksonville and Maysville.
Okay, got it. And so they were all over the place. So the ham radio guys, they're going to be operating either from their homes or from the center or wherever was needed. This is a great opportunity for you guys to come out and see exactly what ham radio people are all about. It is truly a hobby, but when the chips are down,
we're ready to roll.
That's right. And it's been proven time and again. I go back to 1964, providing health and welfare messages relayed out of Alaska when they had their big earthquake up there. Wow. No communications in those days from Alaska except ham radio. No communications at all. Landlines were down. People were going to centers and asking the centers they got a little form. They would be relayed down to the state level and then to the community levels on the various ham networks that were out there. I don't know how many during that period of time.
I imagine thousands.
I ran a bunch, and I was a kid in high school.
Oh, there you go.
So, and I'd love to see a high school class around here get started.
Yeah,
club.
One of the things also with today is there's youth participation is highly encouraged, like wanting to raise up the next generation, if you will.
Sure.
And get these guys in young while the technology is available, while the resources are out there, and while the wisdom and knowledge and experience learned from all the older ham radio operators that have been doing it for 30, 40 years. I've learned so they'll definitely talk your ear off, but it's just invaluable information, like with personal experience that you can't get anywhere else. I mean, you can go on YouTube and learn some things, but sitting down and being mentored by an older ham operator, like that's invaluable.
Yeah, some of us just forget what we learned, and then we make up stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's a great experience, a great opportunity for kids to get involved as well. And one interesting one, I guess, that we will have this year is going to be the superintendent of public schools here in Onslow County, Dr. Barry Collins, is going to join us.
Cool.
Turns out his brother-in-law is a ham, and he's going to bring his brother-in-law with him.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
And others are going to include Senator Lazara, the sheriff, police chief, at least 3 county commissioners.
No, the former sheriff, he's a ham.
He's a ham too.
He's a ham. Yes.
Senator Lazara is a ham.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
I didn't know.
A lot of
that
people
about
don't.
him.
Yeah. Hans Miller, he's a ham.
Yeah, I knew Hans was.
And don't call him former sheriff. He's a retired sheriff.
Right.
He chose to leave.
Yes.
So anyway, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more. If you got a question, observation, something you would like to know or weigh in on, give us a call now. 910-333-0139. 910-333-0139. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
We've unlocked the vaults, and we're replaying Casey Kasem's American Top 40, the 70s. This week is from June 17, 1978. That's when Steely Dan had the Deacon Blues. ABBA wanted you to take a chance on me. Jerry Rafferty cruised down Baker Street, and Andy Gibb was dancing. You'll hear those hits and all the top 40 songs from June 17, 1978, right here on American Top 40, the 70s.
Check out King Saturday mornings on Freedom 97.1, 11 a.m. WSME.
Howdy, howdy, peeps. The Richlands Piggly Wiggly is back in this week with some sun deals for Dad. Grab some T-bone steaks for $8.99 a pound and throw them on the grill. It will definitely leave a smile on your dad's face. Get you some whole boneless pork loin for $1.99 a pound. Now that's a deal. Add to cart. We have some fresh Athena cantaloupes for $2.99. Now, why was the farmer mad at his wife? Because she said they can't elope. But our fresh cantaloupes are sure to cheer them up. Get you some local North Carolina grown blueberries, 2 pints for $5, and make Dad a delicious blueberry cobbler. That's all for this week, folks. Get to shopping at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly and stay piggy.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway, is Jacksonville's oldest tire company. And now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, You never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. And Chris is not sure what to make of me right now. He's talking about getting some chicken during the event.
I just want to say I've been scooping the website, The Friendly Voice of Onslow County. That's the Onslow Amateur Radio Club.
It is friendly.
Yeah, The Friendly Voice of Onslow County.
And unlike CB, by the way, you don't hear any vulgarity. And we police ourselves. We don't need the FCC. They are out there, but we can call them if there are issues at any time. And I've actually called them a couple of times, but not on hams. I've called them on some people out there using Marine VHF radio for other purposes. I got some hunting clubs that like to use that. Sorry, I will report you in a heartbeat. By the way, it's $10,000 a day per offense.
Dang, that much?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're not screwing around on the emergency Marine VHF stuff. They don't mess with that too much. So you can get it. You can pay a lot of money for that. Ask those guys down in Brunswick County at the hand club, at the hunting club down there. A bunch of them got caught. Whoops.
So explain the whole purpose for this thing Saturday so listeners understand.
It's a week from tomorrow.
Right.
And then, yeah, I guess, can you ask a little bit clarifying question? Sorry.
I know this is a get together for ham radio operators, but what are you providing for public? I mean, what if we're sending word out there, go out there and see this, why?
Yeah, so the purpose for the public is to kind of see our capabilities, who we're able to talk to, how we're able to talk to, and then also for people that want to try it out themselves. We have a thing called Get on the Air. We're going to have a dedicated radio station where we'll have it tuned to a specific frequency for people in the local area, and we're going to let them make contact.
It's not part of the contest. It's not part of trying to make contacts with other people all over. It's just so that you can sit there and talk to somebody yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it all on your own.
Right.
You will have a licensed operator there, but the way the rules are, if you want to walk into my radio room here, if my wife should want to do that, she will not subject herself to that abuse, she says. But I can set her down there and she can actually operate the mic using my call sign, but as long as I'm overseeing it. I have to be the operator in charge.
Yep, per FCC rules.
Yep.
But then one of the benefits to being able to, for a person to test out the gear and just try it out for themselves is just that hand contact. A lot of people are kinetic learners nowadays. I know I am. Like, I have to be able to touch it and feel it. And be able to try it out for myself, just to get that experience. And so one of the neat things that I think is valuable is, as people, I have this idea that, like, you get guys that they want to get into this radio stuff, but they don't know where to start. And this is a great opportunity to figure out what kind of equipment's out there and just be able to be familiar with it, and then go from there, and then make a couple contacts and just really get that joy with, man, I talk to somebody that's, I can't see them, but my radio signal can.
Yeah. And for you just said you were recently licensed. You're not new to radio communications. You just got out of the Marine Corps, right?
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And what did you do in the Corps?
Well, I was a radio operator.
Oh, duh.
So I was an 0621 radio operator. I served with 6th Marine Regiment here on Lejeune for 5 years, 7th Com Battalion over in Okinawa, Japan for 2 years, and then finished my time up. And then I didn't touch radios for about a year and a half. And then I had the itch. I'm like, man, the Marine Corps did a great job teaching me skill sets that I think are invaluable, and communications is one of them.
It sounds like you're a recruiter now too, right?
A what?
A recruiter?
I mean, I can be. I love my boys. in
Yeah,
uniform.
good. Yeah, we
So-
all do. But so you got out of I got out of the Corps, got itchy, and decided I got to do something. I like radio, so what am I going to do? And
So then
there you are.
I called up I got in contact with the local ham radio club. I said, hey, I don't know what the first thing to do with civilian side. Like, I understand radio theory a little bit because of experience in the Marine Corps, but where do I go? And they're like, oh, come down to the club meeting on first month of the Saturday, or first Saturday of the month. And so I showed up, and that day it was in November of last year, and they were displaying go boxes,
Right. Yep.
and they were showing off, hey, this is a radio inside of an ammo can that has the abilities of being portable, and having some decent capabilities.
They're talking your language at that time, weren't they?
Yep. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. Like, we do this all the time out in the field when I was in. And then since then, just been going down the rabbit trail of ham radio, and there is like thousands of avenues that you could be a part
You
of.
got your basic ticket. It's called a technician license, right? And first of all, folks, those of you who have heard about ham radio in the past, and you hear things like that Morse code, that dreaded Morse code by so many people, especially when they're first getting into it. I don't want to use no code from 1891. I want to be able to actually do something. I want to talk. I don't want to do code. But you didn't have to do that. That code thing went out about 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, you could talk on voice, and now you have digital capabilities.
And there's digital. There's all sorts of other possibilities.
So you can integrate or use your computer with your radio to communicate. And so
there are lots of possibilities here, and even our amateur radio network meets 3 times a week. Just exchange information and all sorts of good stuff like that. And they got something recently set up. I'm not sure how long ago, but something called, you can check in with your telephone if you're connected accordingly, if you got the right app, right?
yeah, the Echo Link.
Yep. So there's you can, from anywhere in the world, you can do that. Interesting thing, after one of the meetings, maybe 2 weeks ago, there was a Mike Zero calling CQ on 147 on our frequency.
Was that the gentleman across the pond?
That's the gentleman in
Hey,
England.
Tony.
Yeah, he was calling CQ. So I went back to him. I'm sitting in my recliner in my living room watching TV, which I turned down immediately. We carried on about a 20-minute conversation. We call them QSOs or QSOs, but we carried on about a 20-minute conversation. He could have been in the room next door.
It was super clear.
It was absolutely beautiful. And I was on a handheld portable radio, a walkie-talkie, y'all, talking across the pond.
Yep.
That's the capabilities that ham radio have now.
Yep.
Let's take a break. You're live on local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Home Connections of Beulahville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton with a variety of floor plans and amenities to choose from, and many finance options available. Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and simple. 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections are through referrals, and references are gladly provided. For your convenience, Home Connections in Beulaville is now open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 till 2 on Saturdays. Beautiful homes, friendly staff, and financing. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387, or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulaville, on your way to and from the beach.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including sun repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available, and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corliss Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
Okay, we're back here for just a second. We're going to have to straight into Fox News, but Lee's going to have a question for us when we come back, and once she gets off the floor,
I was dropping stuff.
She's got a question about ham radio.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, ask it.
Oh, okay. Why do you call yourselves hams?
Okay, we'll answer it when we come back, unless I can get a caller. And there may be one member or two of the club out there who may be listening this morning. Their number is, I know you guys are like me. You may have to look for your pencil. 910-333-0139. For Alan, Randy, one of those two guys should know this, right? We dare you. You're live in local Real Talk. Fox News is now, when I can find the cursor, there she is.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. President Biden's met one-on-one with the Italian Prime Minister in Italy at the G7 Summit of World Leaders.
He is expected to talk about artificial intelligence with Pope Francis, who is the first pope to participate in G7 talks. On Thursday, the U.S. sealed a new 10-year pledge to build Ukraine's defenses. G7 leaders also announced a new $50 billion loan for Ukraine, underwritten by the U.S. and backed by frozen Russian assets.
Fox is now in Alabama. Former President Trump, during a meeting with House Republicans yesterday, called this summer's host of the Republican convention, Milwaukee, a horrible city, later telling Fox.
Well, I think it was very clear what I meant. I said we're very concerned with crime. I love Milwaukee. I have great friends in Milwaukee.
Democratic National Committee plans to put up billboards around the city quoting the former president, calling Milwaukee America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okay, we're back. Real talk. They do know me as on the air quite often. I'm the club members is Mr. Rayford, right?
Mr. Rayford.
It's not what we call him, but
it's because I'm old. Actually, it's because I'm a survivor.
oh god.
Or just well respected.
Or feared.
Or feared.
All right.
Nah,
so
not
my
feared.
question was, why do you call yourselves hams?
Goes way back. A lot of people say it's amateur radio, so they just took the first couple of letters there of amateur. Say we're going to have to abbreviate this because we kind of like one-syllable words a lot. We don't like to spend days talking about lots of big, long words. So AMS. And that became hams. No, that is a falsehood. Somebody made that part up. In 1908, members of the Harvard University Club created the world's first amateur radio station. Their names, Albert S. Hyman, H., Bob Almy, A., and Peggy Murray, M. And their first call sign was Hyman Almy Murray, which became ham once things got really licensed.
There you go.
There's your trivia now. Anything else you want to know? I had to look up their names. I couldn't
So what's
remember
the
their names.
appeal of being a ham radio operator? What's your appeal? What brought you to it?
For me, I like just connecting with people. I enjoy connections. I enjoy like some of the other things I do is I'm a welder. Being in the Marine Corps, being a radio operator while I was in, one of the neat things was I was able to be stationed anywhere in the world and be attached to any unit. So I wasn't limited to anything. With being a welder, I'm connecting pieces of metal together, and then in the industry, I'm able to go anywhere because everything is connected to a welder. And so likewise, that's kind of with how I got into ham radio, was just wanted to stay connected with people.
So if I get me a bunch of metal out here, you could build me a tower, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, I could do that. I got a welder.
I've got a donkey and his leg needs to be welded. I wish I'd known. I'd brought him in today.
A donkey?
Yeah, it's made of metal, tin, whatever. His leg fell off. It came from Texas. My donkey has to be fixed.
Okay.
Anyway, getting back to him.
He's not a veterinarian. He's a welder.
Well, it needs to be welded back on.
I could do it. I got some processes that can do precision surgical welding procedures.
Okay, well, I've got to have my other knee replaced. Can you handle that too?
I think with a little bit of practice, I think I'll patch it right up.
Can you do titanium welding?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, then you can't do it.
So if I wanted to be a ham radio operator, where do I start?
Well, to start out, best place is to go to your local ham radio club. So for Onslow County, you got Onslow Amateur Radio Club. There's one in Hampstead. There's one in the local counties, New Bern. There's
Pender.
Pender.
Well, I think they got one in Burwell too, or is that just Hampstead? I believe.
I think Hampstead
Just
covers that
Hampstead,
one.
okay.
I believe there's one in Duplin County.
Probably.
And so
New Bern, I know, has one.
And to find them, you would either go on Facebook, just do a Google search of type in ham radio club, and then type in the county you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to do it. If you know a guy who is a ham radio guy, you can say, hey, where do you guys meet up? And And then how do you get involved? And he'll be happy to show you. Another way, there's a website called QRZ, Kilo,
Quebec Romeo Zebra.
Yeah, Quebec Romeo Zulu .com. That's a website. That's a ham radio forum where you can ask all your questions. There's a resource to where you can do. They'll take you to testing, a practice test. So per the FCC Part 97 requirement, is you need to test for a technician's license. It's a 35 question test, and
there are multiple tests.
Yeah, there are multiple, but the one that's most familiar to me is the technician's one.
No, I'm talking about for the technician class, the numerous practice tests. 35
right.
questions each at that QRZ.com page. So you can actually take it one time, and then you go to take it again. You can get a different set of questions or a different order. So you can keep doing it until you become so proficient you can actually take that test.
Mm-hmm.
I do encourage those when you look at don't memorize this thing. You can if you want to try it, but look at it and then start looking up. You can Google anything today.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to wait for an expert to come. You can Google the question, put the same question down, and you will get an explanation for what that answer is.
Yep.
So that'll help you the best. That's the best way to do it.
And then once you feel like you're ready to take the test, you then look for I think it's a verifier, a VE, somebody that is authorized to administer the FCC test for whatever license you're applying for. You start with technician, then you go to general, and then extra. So there's like 3 levels of licensing, and it just gives you more access to the ham bands.
Yeah, and your technician class gives you access to all of the local repeaters and some other now HF, which it never did before, except with CW code. So anyway, it's a great way to get started, and you can meet a whole lot of people. Now these are just, you think local communications, they know that the repeaters are nationwide.
So what level are you?
I'm general class.
Is that the highest?
Nope.
That's the middle.
Yeah.
But you get, because I'll come in and you're on the radio with Russia or some of these other countries, and that's really interesting. So if I just got the technician license to begin with, would I be able to talk to countries like he talks to?
Nope. Well,
you can.
Some on 10 meters down.
10 meters, and Randy was saying 6 meters as well.
Yeah, if 6 meters is open, or when 10 meters is open,
and so
it's great.
For the jargon with the 10 meter, 20 meter, 10 meters. So this just means how long your antenna is based on what frequency, what frequency you want to use. So like
it's the wavelength of that particular frequency.
And so the frequency, to think about it, it's like your radio station. So we got 97.1 FM. That's a radio station. That is a frequency. And then so if you want to get on a 6 meter, you would measure out your antenna or make your antenna the length of. There's a mathematical formula to calculate it.
468 divided by your frequency will give you the halfway.
Okay, y'all talking Greek for all of us.
That's something that you will learn, and
Yes.
something that's fairly easy to learn.
Right.
We do have a caller. You got a question? Who's this?
WA4HMR, this is KB4BI.
I thought that was KB4BI, Whiskey Alpha 4 Hotel Mike Romeo, along with Kilo Quebec 4 Papa Mike Queen.
Hey, good to speak with you. One of the things I wanted to do as a public service professional, I wanted to say, when we have the H word, which I don't want to use the actual word, but when we have a weather disaster, and a lot of times the cell phones will go down because they're overloaded with incoming and outgoing calls.
Yep.
And people want to check on their property, on their families, and everything. So we've experienced it in the past. I'll mention the word hurricane. When the communication goes down, a lot of times the only way to talk with out of the area, say between here and Raleigh, the EOC at Raleigh, or maybe other places, is to set up a field expedient antenna. And amateur radio with high frequency radios and talk and put the information out. So we can have that. Also, the other thing, until the normal communication is restored. The other thing I want to say is also, it's not limited just to adults. Boy Scouts can get patches, and young people, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever, can actually set themselves up for a career, a technical career, because you learn so much. You learn Ohm's law, you learn capacitors, inductors, resistors, and how to build antennas, which you already mentioned, and everything. So that's a good way to set up young people for something that they really can enjoy in the future. But we are a service. We're a hobby, but we're also a service. And a lot of times it's to restore emergency communication until regular communication can be restored.
Interesting. You mentioned Ohm's law and whatever they're studying. When I got my ticket, I was not even in high school. Okay, I was in elementary school. Got it. So I took my test, passed that, and of course Ohm's law was a big chunk of that. And Ohm's law, you use this thing called algebra.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be able to manipulate around algebra to be able to work Ohm's law. By the time I got into the 9th grade, and I got into my Algebra 1 class, and they weren't teaching me anything. I already had it. So Mrs. Hardison, like, how did you know that? Why did a kid your age know algebra? So I explained it to her. So it was kind of funny. I was one step, maybe probably 10 steps ahead of everybody else at that time.
And there's a way to memorize Ohm's law. Google Eli the Iceman.
Google, say that one more time.
Eli the Iceman.
Yeah. Okay. Eli the Iceman. Got it.
Yeah.
And if you want to, if you're involving in power configurations, just remember that thing that I love to eat, lemon pie or whatever. Pi. P equals EI. P being power, E being electromotive force, and I being your current in amps.
But I have to know all that. It's not happening.
No, that's easy. That's the easy part. Sheriff, you're going to be, or Sheriff, I guess I got to call you Hans now. Hans, you're going to be out there in a week?
Yeah.
Good. The gentleman that you left in good, capable hands in Onslow County, in good, capable hands, is going to be out there also.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come by.
And maybe he'll get a license.
Well, I coerced him. I've talked to him a couple of days ago again about that. I said, before you leave, we're going to have you signed up. You know that. So he's not opposed to it.
Because I think Lee asked, how did I get into it?
Yes.
First of all, I'm a diver. I haven't been wet in years, but I was stationed in the submarine base, Marine Detachment submarine base in Connecticut, and we did a lot of night diving. So I said, well, look, this was like the 70s before we had any kind of cell phones or anything like that. So I said, let me get a CB radio so we get on channel 9 for any emergencies that we may have at night. And, we had CB React and everything. That was when CB was still, very popular at that time. So being transferred down to Camp Lejeune for the first time, then I went to a REACT meeting with a friend of mine who was a ham radio operator. And he was also a CBer. And he excused himself, went into the back room, and pulled out his 2-meter radio with a phone patch and told his wife he would be a little bit late because of the meeting. He came back, sat next to me, and I said, Jim, what in the world did that just happen? You got a mobile phone? He said, no, it's an amateur radio. It's a 2-meter radio, and it has the capability to go into the phone system.
Auto
so I can
patch.
make phone calls. Yeah, auto patch.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's awesome. So he said, well, come on out to the house. My wife will feed you, and I'll show you my station. We went into his house in Tarawa Terrace on base. He had antennas. He had the, permission to put antennas up.
Yeah.
And then he got on behind on 20 meters, and he got on 14313, and we made phone patches with ships in the sea, in the middle of the ocean, where Navy, Marine Corps, and they wanted to talk to their families. That was before we had SATCOM. So, you'd say the over, out, whatever. A lot of times that was the first time the deployed members, Marine Corps and Navy, can talk to their families and, hear the babies for the first time on the radio. So later on, when I did my next business, we ran phone patches in the middle of the ocean. It's a service and a hobby.
Yeah. Well, I used to run phone patches for a place, so for some stations down there in Vegas Island, Puerto Rico, also at Gitmo, and also, you ready for it? KC4s down in Antarctica. I got a bunch of QSL cards over there from several stations in Antarctica. I was running phone patches for them in the middle of the night. I woke up a lot of wives. So.
And you make contact with a ham radio operator here at CONUS, at the continental United States.
Mhm.
Can you make a collect call? They made a collect call. It was accepted, and then you just had the communication between the deployed people and their. But of course, now we got SATCOM.
Yep, got a lot more. Hans, appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Let me let you go.
See you soon. Bye. Hans Miller, retired sheriff here in Onslow County, and one of our ham club members as well. So, anyway,
Very nice.
Chris, I'm looking forward to it. You're the guy in charge, so everything under control?
Oh, yeah.
You got the food?
I got the food.
Okay, that's everything's under control.
So this is just one day, correct? Saturday?
It's
2 days?
So
Okay.
it is one 24-hour period. We're going to start at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, June 22nd, and then we're going to go all the way through the night because, like we were talking about earlier, you can jump on, you can talk to the air or talk on the air at nighttime because there's people up on all hours of the day.
Well, when I'm talking to a guy in Russia at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning here, it's like way beyond sunrise the next day there. Now, when I'm talking to New Zealand, is it 14 hours later? I forgot.
Daylight savings, so it's 13 hours.
13, yeah, it's a big difference here. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it may be sunrise over there and midnight here.
But yeah, so they'll go through until Sunday, June 23rd, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon as
Mhm.
well. Depending on how we're feeling and if we still got some energy left for pulling an all-nighter, we might wrap up around a little bit early, maybe around noon. But yeah, another great way just to see. One of the neat things, last little tidbit, I guess, you don't need a license to listen. You just need a license to talk. So there's a really neat thing called an SDR. It stands for software defined radio. It's basically a thumb drive that you plug into your computer. You download some applications, and then you click on it, and then you can listen to all the radio signals that come across the airways. You can pick up FM, you can pick up AM, you can pick up repeaters in different parts of the radio frequencies out there in the world, and you don't need a license. So that's one of the other things we're going to be demonstrating out there for people to see.
Well, before we end this, Rayford, you can add a lot to this. Discuss the importance of the Onslow Amateur Radio Club at a time of need in Onslow County. And let's say we did get hit by a hurricane. How would the club assist the residents of Onslow County?
Good. So we get the call. There's the scenario goes where the hurricane imminent, like category 1, category 2, where it's going to cause a lot of damage and people need to start evacuating the county. The order gets sent out via the government officials.
Right.
And so then we will get a phone call. Randy, who is one of the club members, he is also our amateur radio emergency service coordinator. So he would notify the rest of us saying, hey, we're getting called to go deploy our radio systems to man shelters. And so we'd go to different locations throughout the county where there's disaster shelters. And then we would we would be on standby or be in place. So when cell phone towers go down, you lose cell phone communication. When you lose the access to the internet, then they will pass traffic and say back and forth to people that are in charge of like food and water. Hey, we need some help here. There's or we're needing assistance here. This is how many people we have, and then also we can coordinate. Basically, it's a lot of coordinating and I'm drawing a blank. It's coordinating with people to help people connect to their loved ones and being taken care of during a storm.
And if it becomes necessary, if, for instance, local, the sheriff's office, the police department, EMS individuals, the fire department, if their systems, for whatever reason, go down, they have some backups now they did not have years ago. They got some sophisticated backup systems operational. And they also have a mutual operational system with Camp Lejeune now. So, but if, let's just say it's catastrophic, all we got to do is put a couple of wires out and we can talk. Not that big a deal. We can talk. And we also have enough people with these little things with handheld radios can jump into a deputy's car with his, when they want to do something, and he can stay in contact with his headquarters via ham radio. So those are the capabilities, the possibilities. Just in case, God willing, plan for the worst and hope for the best.
Yep.
Chris, I think we have one more caller here. Is that you, Bill?
Yes.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I was listening. Oh, I guess a couple.
Okay.
That is most of the ham gear made in China now too?
A big chunk of it is. I mean, portions of probably all of it are this, that, or certain elements of it. The one thing about hams, one of the first things they do quite often is take a lot of stuff apart.
And tinker
and make it do what they want it to do. The radio that I got over here from the 80s, it does a whole lot more than what it did when it came from the factory.
Yeah, so it might have started in China.
Well, this one did not. China did not exist for radios in those days, but we play. And we program our radios with computers, a lot of us. This one is not programmable with a computer, and I'm glad. But a lot of the other stuff that I use, we have software for it that's developed by hams that's not going to be infected by anything coming out of China. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, it made me wonder where it's worldwide, that you have operators worldwide that they didn't jump on that market too. And, just flood the world with more ham
Well,
radios.
we're all a bunch of conservative people that see through a lot of garbage before the normal person does. How's that?
Yeah. Another question, I guess, was have they gone televised where you get image also, through the hams signals?
Even back in the 60s, there was slow scan TV operational. There are some frequencies dedicated, frequency bands dedicated for those who want to delve into that. Personally, I never did. I let television. I worked television in broadcast, but not to play around with, as somebody paid me to do it. But as far as playing and having fun with television on amateur radio, no, not really. I did a little stuff playing with 2 meter bouncing off the moon back in the day. We set up some stuff on 2 meters and bounced AM signals off the moon at nighttime. Yep, on VHF.
Yeah.
Line of sight stuff.
guess-
Line of sight was to the moon, which is 240,000 miles away. The interesting thing about that, think about it, is 240,000 miles back. That's 480,000 mile round trip. And the speed of radio was 186,000 miles a second. You're dealing with 3-second delay.
Yeah. I guess where Hans was talking about where he was in Groton there, and then had, I guess, where they had patched, the telephone, the radio, and they had that while I was in, where you could get, you could call back to the States.
Yep.
and then call people directly, and they call it Mars in the Marine Corps.
Well, that was just outside the ham bands. Mars is a separate thing, military affiliated radio system, but it was basically a ham radio station that was capable of operating on the Mars frequencies, had to be specially licensed.
Yeah. Now, is that still operational?
Yes.
I haven't been in touch with that in a while. I used to use it. So when I was out, overseas and calling back.
Bill, thank you for your call, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Bill.
Have a great weekend.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Chris, thank you, sir.
Mr. Rayford.
I'll see you on the air tomorrow night, Saturday. Yeah.
Yep, tomorrow's night.
Yeah, and if you guys have got your scanners, if you got some old analog type scanners out there that are useless for pretty much anything else, don't throw them away. If you want to, let me know, and I'll give you a list of frequencies where you can listen. These are open channel.
Mm-hmm.
There's no special stuff that you have to have. You can program these particular frequencies in, and you can listen to the hams in the area anytime they're on the air. And some get on there from time to time and just rag chew throughout the day. But be glad to give you those frequencies, and you can program them into your scanners. I got one scanner over there that I use just as a listen in while I'm talking on the other radios.
There you go. And for those that don't know, rag chew is just another fancy word of saying chit chat.
Yeah.
And just hanging out and chatting.
Or to clean it up, what we would call it, shooting the breeze.
Shooting the breeze, yep.
Okay. Chris, thank you.
Have a great day.
All right, you too. 73 to you. Now, we're trying to explain that one later. 73 to you. You can tell them 88. Don't tell me 88.
73 and 88 to both of you.
You're right.
Let's just go to commercial.
Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Hey, this is Chris Trainer. Stay tuned. Later this morning at 9 a.m. on Sports Talk, our guest will be the Jacksonville Cardinals women's soccer team, the 2024 3A state champs. We'll have Coach Amanda Belch and a couple of coaches and a couple of players in the studio. We'll see you later this morning at 9 a.m. on Sports Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at WatkinsNewFloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
The excitement of baseball has arrived in Jacksonville with the Jacksonville Ospreys summer collegiate baseball team. Playing their games in inaugural season at Jack Elliott Park in Jacksonville. Bring your family and friends. Catch the fun with games, promotions, and special events. Grab season passes, online tickets, and game times at JacksonvilleOspreys.com. Tickets just $10 at the gate. This summer, swing on over and score some fun with your own Jacksonville Ospreys. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back here. Marine weather forecast brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. Anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide. If you're having episodes, if you're having thoughts that maybe I just don't want to do this anymore, a lot of people do. This is probably a good time to reach out for help. Holidays, the stress of planning for a vacation, the stress of trying to your kids have something safe to keep them busy during the summer when they're not in school. Along with the worries, there's that nagging issue of money. With the inflated prices of everything, food, gas, motel rooms for your summer vacation, perfect opportunities for depression to come sneaking in. You're lucky around here. Not everybody has this available. Community Prevention Services in Jacksonville has a staff of counselors that can help with many of the issues that face us today. There's absolutely no reason to continue suffering. Help is a phone call away. 910-353-0972. Conveniently located at 918 Henderson Drive. Totally confidential, and they accept most insurance plans. What time of year do you get most of your calls?
All year.
Oh. I would imagine for sure holidays, but how about in times when we've got economic recessions, we've got prices going up, and in spite of a story I saw the other day, prices are coming down to the grocery store.
No, they're
you
not.
ain't been to my grocery stores.
Same. That's a lie.
I went to 3 earlier this week one day looking for stuff, and holy mackerel! I thought you said the prices were coming down.
Yeah.
They're not.
They're not. I agree with that statement. So.
Just like you said, a can of soup used to be what, 99 cents, and now it's
No.
$1.29?
A can of soup used to be 19 cents.
Well, I don't remember.
In my day.
In your
Seriously, a regular, because we were taking camping, because
Right.
that was cheap food.
Right.
Take a can of soup and you're good to go. Don't have to do a lot of prep.
Now it's like $1.40 or something crazy.
$1.79 if it's on sale.
Oh wow! I need to look at the prices more.
Yeah.
I need to check the prices.
But anyway, all of those prices, they do cause people to have anxiety, but y'all can help them.
We do. We do
get
our
it.
best. Yes.
Every time I go in the grocery store, I just get anxiety.
Maybe y'all should set up booths at the grocery stores. Almost seriously.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because especially when you've got people on, more fixed incomes or lower income, they are starting to have to choose between what, how to feed their
Medicine,
family.
food.
Yeah.
Forget gas. Forget the vacation this year. We can save a bundle by not spending a bundle.
I agree. It's very
But that
sad.
doesn't do them any good either.
Because sometimes everybody needs time
Psycholo-
away.
That's right.
I mean, you have to take some time for yourself.
So a guy says, I can't afford to go on a vacation this year. Well, you can stay home. There are a lot of things you can do at home. Do you guys offer suggestions like that?
Oh,
Or help like
always.
that?
Yes.
Okay. Just stay
Always.
busy. Do something
we
else.
come up with game plans and things that are maybe lower cost or free. Free is always good.
Yep.
But oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, good.
We do that a lot. We do more. It's just, a lot of times it becomes almost like counseling / case management. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Linking things. And if you're doing it right, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, get on by. Give them a call, 910-353-0972. 910-353-0972. They got people there who will help you, and they won't run their dang mouths about it either.
I
Okay.
don't have time.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be very hot. I'm going to tell y'all right now, there is not a bit of rain in the forecast. I mean, now granted, this is, the South and North Carolina coastal. Thunderstorms will crop up, and that's just the thing. Nothing is forecast for the next 2 weeks, and it's going to be in the 90s from here on out till who knows when. So make sure you're watering your gardens appropriately, your plants, unless you just want them to die, and more importantly, your pets. And when you're working outside and when your kids are outside playing, hydrate. Definitely hydrate. And sunscreen for that matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got plenty of heat coming, not a lot of rain, and
no rain. I mean, once again,
it can pop up.
Like even yesterday, it looked like thunderstorms were rolling through.
Thought it was
and
going to roll in.
They just crawled over us and kept on going. But I mean, you never know if a thunderstorm is going to pop up. So it's not going to last long. It's going to be hotter when it's done, but it may water something temporarily.
And offshore today, out there to 20 nautical miles, northeasterly winds are 10 to 15 knots, gust to 20. Seas are 3 to 5 today. 4-foot waves from the southeast every 7 seconds. They're kind of close together, but they're kicking up a little bit because for small boats, maybe wait until tomorrow. Further out towards the Big Rock and beyond, a little challenging for the small boats out there this year. Sounds and rivers will have a moderate chop. Tomorrow, picture perfect for the final day of the 60th annual Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament. If you don't have anything you want to do tomorrow, or if you got something you can put off doing tomorrow, I would strongly suggest you head for the Big Rock Tournament downtown, find a place to park, and get ready to walk, because you're going to have to.
Yes.
And then just, carry some water
Or
bottles
get
with
there
you. Or whatever.
early in the day, clean your
Or
spot.
maybe go tonight and spend the night on the docks.
Yay.
The police
Pitch a
probably won't
tent.
bother you.
I like that.
Yeah. But that's going to be tomorrow. There's going to be a bumper crowd and a bumper bunch of boats coming in, and hopefully a bunch of boats coming in with fish. Should be a perfect day. Sunday, a calm day after the prize money has been delivered from the Big Rock. And if you, in case you're one of those winners and you want to donate something, you need a tax write-off, I'll give you something that says I'm a tax write-off. You can contribute to me. I got to claim it, but that's okay. I'll do that. Northeasterly winds on Sunday, 10 to 15, seas 3 to 4, about 2 feet near shore, sounds and rivers of moderate chop. Okay, let's take our break here, and we'll be right back. If you want to chat, 910-333-0139. You're live in Local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Cool Bobby B. Jacksonville, Onslow County, and beyond. You have found the official station for the Doo-Wop Stop. Heard Saturday nights, 7 till 10, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME and worldwide at WSME971.com. Join me as we play the absolute best and greatest doo-wop songs of all time. Saturday night, 7 till 10. Get connected now at doowopstop.com.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make sure to visit to Silent Service Centers on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind, with the best value on all name brand tires, and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And one is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods is now open, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North, right here in Jacksonville. Restaurants, food trucks, festival workers, party suppliers, vendors, government, school, and families of all sizes stroll on down to Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods and save. They have a huge selection of large pots and pans, plasticware in many shapes and sizes, trays, including takeout trays. In addition, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods has everyday grocery items, such as Atkinson breaders and mixers, veggies, sauces, puddings, and beans. So if you need to buy in bulk for the long haul or everyday grocery items, Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods will save you money. Piggly Wiggly Bulk Foods, brand new, 149 Willis Parkway, just off Highway 17 North. Jacksonville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Phone 910-455-7800.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay. Let's right after the show today, we got another program coming on here on WSME.
Yes, we do.
It's called
Sports Talk with Chris Rayner.
There you go. Sports Talk
And
with Chris.
today's guest, going to be really interesting, is Coach Amanda Pelch. She's with the Jacksonville High School Lady Cardinals soccer team.
Yay.
And some of award-winning. She will be there along with some other coaches and some of the players. So they'll be on Sports Talk this morning. So be sure
Chris
to tune
has got
in.
a bunch of ladies in there coming to see him today.
Well, be sure to tune in and cheer them on.
Yeah. And it should be on Facebook too,
Yeah,
so you'll
it'll
be
be
able
on
to
their
see it as
Facebook
well.
page, WSME Facebook
Wonderful.
page. So, but you listen to 1120 AM, Simple Radio.
Yep.
Many ways to listen.
I got 2 stories here, and we'll try to get in.
All right.
Well, I got one too. So I got stats for suicide. So go ahead.
Good. I'll let you go in between these
I
2
got a
stories.
story that's breaking a lot of news right now. So you go ahead with yours.
A California woman described as a rich and powerful narcissist
Yeah, I
is
saw that.
cooling her heels after being sentenced to serve 15 years to life in connection with the hit and run deaths of 2 children. 60-year-old Los Angeles socialite Rebecca Grossman was speeding in excess of 80 miles per hour. Now, this is on a city street when the mother of the 2 boys watched her run them down, and she kept driving away.
Yep.
She faced 2 counts of murder, but she was given 2 identical sentences to be served concurrently.
I think that's BS.
The mom, who along with another son, jumped out of the way of that speeding car that killed the other kids.
Yep.
Oh my.
Terrible.
Says it's as though the judge, she said, who questioned whether the woman should have been charged with murder in the first place, decided that the double sentence was just too much, as though the life of one child was the only one that mattered. That's what she said.
This is why I have a problem with the way judges do things, the way they think.
Nancy Iskander wants to sit down with the convicted murderess in her prison cell one day. She has one question she wants her to ask her. Are you able to say, I am sorry I killed them? Ms. Iskander says she may be able to forgive her at that time. May.
Anybody can say it though. You have to. Do you mean it? Those are just
You will
words.
know looking into somebody's eyes
Yes,
if they mean it
true.
or not.
Yeah.
To date, during or after the trial, even in prison, Grossman has not shown any remorse for her
Right.
actions.
I read that.
She was considered a great woman as the co-founder of a prominent burn center and a wealthy Los Angeles philanthropist. That's what the defense attorney was saying. That's pointing out why she shouldn't have been serving a big term. Prosecutors say she was a completely self-serving narcissist, caring for no one but herself and her fame. To add insult to this, it's doubtful she'll serve more than minimum 15-year sentence. Legal experts predict that, barring any problems during her prison time, that she'll walk and drive the streets of California within the next 8 years.
And that's BS too.
It gets worse.
I know.
With a lenient judge. During her trial, while behind bars, Grossman was accused of attempted juror tampering and repeatedly violating court orders.
Because
a guy
she
named
thinks,
Donald Trump had to pay $1,000 every time he did it.
but she doesn't think the rules apply to her.
Prosecutors say she also tried to release sealed evidence to the public and to contact witnesses. And you thought I was finished, right?
I know you're not.
Nope. Police say Grossman was speeding, had alcohol and drugs in her system, and plowed through the boys as they made their way through a crosswalk with their mother and younger brother.
Horrible.
Court documents show she had a series of traffic citations dating back to the year 2000.
Yeah.
2000.
Once again, because you got this high-profile woman that thinks the rules don't apply to her.
Okay, I'm mad now, so you
Yeah,
go
we
ahead
have
and let me
certainly
calm
seen
down.
that a lot.
Well, I don't know if you'll calm down, but yesterday in Chapel Hill, North Carolina held a suicide prevention, like a summit meeting, whatever. And I wasn't able to go because I had a schedule conflict I couldn't get out of. But so it's kind of like the first time they've had one. And one of the things they were talking about was updating North Carolina suicide prevention plan. They were talking about 988, which is the number you call now.
right.
And they've already had, over 100,000 calls since it's inception. It started last year, so it hasn't been in
that
effect
should
long.
tell you something.
Well, some things were discussed at this meeting. So North Carolina as a whole is number 12 in the nation for people experiencing mental health issues. I mean, that's a big number. But what's even bigger is they were talking about in the age for youth 10 to 18, suicide is the second leading cause of death, which we knew, and the third leading cause of death for those ages 19 to 34. And what they were saying that they did a nationwide survey of the YRBS, which is distributed in high schools. It's like kind of like an anonymous survey. And nationwide, 22% of youth in grades 9 through 12 admitted that they had at some point a suicide thought, suicidal ideation. That 22% is a big number nationwide. That's a
I'm
problem.
going to guarantee you that it's bigger than that.
I
Because
agree.
here's what
Yeah.
I'm going to. Kids do not trust the establishment when
Yeah.
they hand out a survey and say this is anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
agree.
don't
I think
trust
the
them.
number is higher. And they put data from 2021, and I hate it when they go, when they don't have current year data, but that's neither here nor there. But in 2021, which they're saying is the most recent suicide data they have, in North Carolina, there were 1,412 suicides. That is 452 more than the homicides for the year 2021. And of the suicides in 2021, white males made up 78%. And the two most risk age group that was involved in this was kids ages 10 to 18 and people over the age of 85. Yeah, says a lot.
Really?
Yep. And I think that
Over 85, I can almost understand due to medical issues, due to, nobody to care for them.
Yeah.
Nobody's there.
Hmm.
Some people feel that way.
I mean, I think in the 10 to 18 age group, I know there's a lot of factors. First of all, genetics can play a role. If there's a family history of depression or anxiety, it is passed down. We do know that. But also, if you look at what kids are into now, you've got one kid playing baseball and gymnastics and football and track and, tiddlywinks and whatever else. Sometimes parents overload their children with activities. And at times I question, is it because you don't want to parent? Is you're trying to keep your kid busy? But there is such a thing as getting your kid too busy, because then they've got school, they've got homework, which I think homework should be kept minimally anyway, because you're in school 7-8 hours a day, and then you got to come home and do 3 hours of homework.
If you get there by bus, you're going to spend an hour to hour and a half, 2 hours on that bus.
One way. It used to make me so mad when my daughter would spend all day in school and come home with a book bag so heavy, full of books that she needed for hours and hours of homework. And I'm like, what do you do in class?
The kids are overloaded and they're stressed. Okay. And so anyway, so parents pay attention. But I just want to get these stats out there because it's not good. Okay. We got work to do.
All right, let's take a quick break. You're live and local. Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
0.1 WSME.
Mills International Incorporated, your local spring. And you should be too with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Patty Camp Lejeune Marine is accused of killing a fellow Marine last year in a barracks. He's going to go to court-martial later this year. Corporal Jesse Bop is charged with murder, involuntary manslaughter, and violation of a lawful general order by wrongfully possessing, carrying, displaying, firing, and shooting a gun. Lance Corporal Austin Schwennick was killed in the October shooting. Both Marines were part of the 6th Marine Regiment at Lejeune. Bop's court-martial is scheduled for November 4th. If found guilty, the maximum penalty for murder is the death penalty, or life without parole, while manslaughter carries a 10 to 20-year sentence.
Yeah, because it's on federal ground.
Yeah, I mean, the
That
whole thing was federal.
constitutes the death penalty.
Yeah, can do that. It can do that, for first degree. So we'll have to wait and
Well,
see.
a couple of weeks ago, I saw some of the media came out with a news story about a Marine that was found unresponsive in the housing unit at Midway Park, and NCIS was investigating. Have we heard any more about that?
Nope, haven't heard a word. Nope, to do it. Gonna leave with a feel-good story.
Yes, let's do
Finally,
that.
right?
Let's please do that.
We know that police officers carry a logo on their cars to protect and serve, right? In reality, most people only see cops when they're in their protective roles. Out there in Jonesboro, Arkansas, there lived an elderly man who did not get around very well. He mentioned to his caregiver that he needed to do something with his lawn. The grass was getting taller and needed mowing. The gentleman's caregiver was Shirley Calhoun. She lives at the home, helping around the house however she can. So she headed over to her house, got her lawnmower, returned, and started cutting the grass along the ditch. Jonesboro officer Tommy Miller. He was on routine patrol in the area, saw the lady, pulled over and asked if she needed any help. She said, "No, I got it." But the cop asked her again, genuinely wanting to help her out. She accepted. The cop on the beat got out and cut the lawn.
Okay, that's nice. Very nice. I see a lot of stories like that, on social media, and it's very heartwarming.
Yeah, that's good.
I've seen some of that on that live program that Kelly and I like to watch on the weekends too.
All right, lines in the water in about 2 minutes here at the Big Rock. Next to the last day, follow it today. Weather's a little less worse today, so there will be more boats out there. Hopefully more fish will be caught and actually brought in, some big ones. And tomorrow going to be the big day. We'll have a recap on Monday, and I'm sure without a doubt that it will be posted on our website all weekend, on our Facebook page all weekend long.
Just bring in those Marlins.
And bring your family out to the Osprey game tonight.
Oh, that'd be great. Definitely. Osprey game is tonight. What time is it?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Doors open at 6.
All right. Very good.
Surf and Turfs are playing.
Yeah, Monday, Salem Clark, Onslow Tourism Director. She's going to be in here. We're going to talk about how it's looking this year in Onslow County. You're live and local. Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Have a great weekend. Be safe. We'll see you Monday.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa.
Reporters questioned President Biden at the start of the talks with the Italian leader at the G7 summit. Fox's Manolo Rivera.
The president took one question from reporters as that meeting began, whether he's British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. The president said no.